All right, today I'm going to show you how to use the Google Meet. Before watching this video, I suggest you download the Google Meet app or go to meet.google.com to get started. First thing I'm going to do is hit the Google Meet app icon. There I can, rejoin old meetings. I can look at my meetings I've had in the past. So if the other ones I've done before, or I can do meeting code where I can type in a code given by somebody else, or I can create my new meeting. So here I started my new meeting, and then up pops sharing info. So to have people join, you need to click share joining info. And now I'm going to copy it. So now it's copied in my link box. So then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have people join or try to invite people. You can do that with email. You can do that through text messages or Google Voice or Seesaw, which I suggest is the easiest way to reach your students. So I'm going to go to my Seesaw. There's two different ways you can do this. You can do a announcement to your students where you want to choose your students, and then you can type things like, hey, we will be having a Google Meet at 3:15, and then you can add an attachment, and that's where you can add the link, which is right there. Now, I'm not going to do this, is just for example, and that gets pushed out to all the students, or you can choose students and families, so that way parents know that's going to happen as well. Or if you want to delete the information for this Google Meet, then you can do it as a post student work. That way you can delete it afterwards. So what you do then is you post a student work. Again, you click the link, and it's already saved for you because it's in your clipboard. And so you'd click the check mark, and it would show up like this. It's an icon for the students to see. But then you want to also put a caption so they know what the icon means. So we will be having a Google Meet at 3:15. And then that's a caption for the link. And you click the check mark, and then you click the check mark again because you're good with it. And now here you can choose if you want to do all the students, maybe a small group, but you can also choose all students, which I'll do right now. That way all my students, it goes straight to their journals. And I'm just going to pick writing. It could be, if you're teaching math, it could be in the math, or it could be just you have your own folder that says Google Meets. So then it's on everyone's journal, but I want to show you what it looks like as a student. So I'm going to log off of my account and go on as a student. So I'm going to go through Clever, use their badge, and I'm going to go to her Seesaw. And then if I go to my classroom, it'll have this icon here. And so all the student will have to do is click on the icon or visual, but then it'll also ask them possibly to sign on to their Google account. Now their Google account is the exact same as their student accounts with the at isd656.org, and their password is the same as their AR password. If they have parents that have Gmails, that works as well. It'll just have a different name when they join in, but for now, we are in our meeting. If you look at the top left, our code is IGAXIKZXAG. So that's the code you can share with students if they don't want to go through the link. They just want to go to Google Meets and join. They're welcome to do that. When you're in the Google Meet, you have a couple of options. Obviously, you can turn your camera on or off and turn your mic on or off. When you have students in here now, it's just me in the meeting. But when you have students in here, you can click on the people icon, and that shows you everyone in the meeting. And if you click where their sound bite is, it'll pop up a couple of options. You can mute them, you can pin their picture so you can see them talking the entire time, or you can kick them off. That'll look like a minus sign. The mute will be like a microphone, and the pin will look like a pin. And then also there's a chat part where you can chat on the sides. That's where students can ask questions, answer questions. And my suggestion is that you mute all of your students unless you're asking a specific student to answer. You can also show them how to mute their microphones as well. A big help as well is when you present screen. So there's a couple options here as well. You can switch your camera to the opposite facing way. You can also turn on captions for those who are hearing impaired, or just to have them on there for yourself when your students are talking. It's just an easy way for them to completely understand you, especially if it's a little spotty with the audio. Then you can also present screen. So if I present my screen here, and then obviously you want to make sure that when you're screen broadcasting that students are following along. They can also present their own screens. That way you can work on their assignments with them by doing the same steps that I just did. And so then you can work with them. When you're finished with the meeting, you want to make sure that you just click the end call button, and then now kick you out. And then also you want to go back to Seesaw where you had posted the Google Meet and delete that item, so that way students don't try to access it when you're not there and if you're not actually in the meeting. So I'm going to delete that item. So now they can no longer see that on their journal. As you saw in mine, a student joined our meeting because he thought that we actually had a meeting. It was just an example, but he was active on Seesaw, so he joined right away. So that was kind of nice. But those are the kind of little things to be working on when you're doing Google Meets. I hope that this has helped you. If it has not, or if it has, but you have more questions, feel free to reach out to myself or the Retired Geek Quad. We'll be happy to help. But yeah, hopefully give this a shot and just try it out.